Hi everybody, and welcome to another edition, or this week's edition, of ZoeTV. And we have a great show for you. We're really excited about this show because we have a resident profile with Ramona Yoder. Many of you know her. She's only been here since last June, but she really talks about how important the Zoe Life program has been to her since she's been here, and the ambassador program that we've just started. So you're going to enjoy that. We also talked to a new member of our team, Gerald Gailliard, and he is the new trainer that's going to be in the Performance Center. So you'll hear all about him.
You'll feel his energy through the television screen.
Yeah.
Like, I am excited for residents to see the new energy and blood we have down here and be like, ooh, I think I want to go see that smile.
He's a young man. He has a great background with sports and that type of thing. You're really going to enjoy that. And then we have more recipes from Lish. She does a great job. And then, of course, this guy, again, is going to give you some tips that you can do for the physical pillar in your own apartment. And what else?
I just think it's a show that is really exciting in a sense. It's talking about the new future, right?
Yeah.
That we've taken Zoe Life to this level, and now here comes the next level of it. Through the ambassador program, a new resident that has just come in last June. Her expectations are maybe different than some that have been here for so long. Like what she expects from a facility, his mindset might be a little different, but that she's coming in to help make this better. And so,
and she's given us some great ideas.
She has, and I think that during the interview, you guys will see how that played out of, you know, I really want the best for this place, and I love that I have the chance to voice an opinion, because the trust factor goes both ways. And you guys know that if I have an idea, it isn't for betterment of just me and my little apartment, it's for the campus. And that's what our staff and senior staff loves to hear.
That's right.
So I think between her and the wave of the future with Gerald, it's just an exciting show.
It is. So enjoy.
Hello, I'm Lish Vasquez, Dining Services Director at Glencroft Center for Modern Aging, and today we're going to be making the Santa Fe Burrito. You're going to start off with your flour tortilla, or you can even do a gluten-free tortilla if you'd like. I've got diced tomato. I've got pepper jack cheese. You can opt for your favorite. I've got chopped bacon, chopped spinach, and green chilies. And of course, to make this healthier, we've got egg whites to start the whole thing off. Just gonna add that to here. And we'll just scramble our egg whites. Just make sure when you're making scrambled eggs, any kind of scrambled eggs, you just don't ever want to add the salt in until they're fully cooked. Salt somehow breaks down the molecular structure of the eggs and it doesn't make them turn out as fluffy. So you always want to add your seasoning after they're fully cooked. There we go, beautiful. Beautifully starting to form there, just like that. Okay. I'm gonna turn down my heat a bit here. Go ahead and quickly add my diced tomatoes, my spinach, diced tomatoes, chopped bacon, a little bit green chilies. Just kind of mix that all together a little bit. That'll heat it through. You're going to pop your pepper jack cheese slices right on top until they melt. It's like one big omelet right now, kind of. Open-faced. Perfect. Shut the heat off. We're going to take our egg mixture. We're going to put in the burrito just like that. There we go. And then what you're going to do to fold your burrito, you're going to stick your sides in like that. And you're going to bring the back end forward and roll it just like that. Just like a baby. And you're going to take your knife, cut it right in half. Beautiful. And that is your Santa Fe burrito. I'm Lish Vasquez, Dining Services Director at Glencroft Center for Modern Aging. And just because it's healthy doesn't mean it doesn't taste good. Happy cooking.
I am so excited about who we have right here. This smile is contagious. Look at this. Look at this, like bookend of great smiles.
Right?
Gerald Gailliard is our new lead trainer down in the Performance Center.
Yep.
And so I want everybody to get a look at this smile. Look right at that camera. Give him the smile. They got you the job. Because this guy's personality and his positivity is overwhelming.
Yes.
And so he's been with us a week down here.
Yes, I have.
And these residents are like, I like the new guy. I keep hearing it. I like this new guy on the way out. He's killing it.
You're
I like
perfect
this new guy.
for this
Perfect.
position.
Thank you.
So
Glad
just
to
a
be
little
here.
background. We stole Gerald from another senior place out in Tempe, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna let you kind of explain what you were doing over there, but he held many hats with this company. And we said, as we were doing interviews to fill the position, we were talking to him and I just wasn't feeling who we were talking to. And then he came over and I said, John, cancel all the rest of the interviews. This is our guy. We found our guy.
I know.
And so, thanks for coming aboard.
Oh, thank you. Glad to be a part of Glencroft.
So tell everybody about yourself, man. Where are you from?
Okay.
Just give us some background.
I'm originally from California. Been in Arizona for about 6 years.
Okay.
Went to school at Cal State Fullerton. Got my degree in kinesiology.
Okay, good.
So this is what I want to do. I found my first passion working with seniors at Seacliff Healthcare in Huntington Beach.
Okay. What were you doing there?
I was a wellness assistant and driver, and I was responsible for transporting the passengers to their doctor's appointments, taking them shopping, did fitness classes there. So that's where I really found my passion, working with seniors. And then also my parents and, my grandparents are seniors, and I was interested in kind of helping them stay fit.
Yeah.
So that's why.
And that was all in California?
Yes.
And so when did you transition over to Arizona?
So I came here about 6 years ago, July of 2013. And so I worked here at Westchester Senior Living. Worked there and did my fitness classes there, disability classes for the seniors. So that's
nice.
And also taught, silver sneakers.
Sure.
Yeah.
When I was there.
So you had kind of, through California and Arizona, kind of been in this demographic.
Yes,
so this hasn't been a new experience, but from what you were doing in California and over at the other facility to what you got thrown into last week.
Right.
Tell us some of the moments of man, this is the right fit, or you're like, wow, this is pretty crazy stuff you guys are doing with these guys.
Well, the first thing I want to say is, so far as the equipment, I was telling you in my interview that, this is like nation of the art. This is not state of the art equipment. So that's what really kind
of the art.
of attracted me. Just the amenities that you have here, and the seniors, they come in, they're very excited about working out, and even talking to the trainers, they're excited. So that's what kind of got me very excited about, working here my first few days.
Yeah, it's very cool. So what has been some of the experiences, because we kind of just threw you into the fire, because we're busy down there, right?
Absolutely.
He's learning, and he's going through all the training and all that, but Eve is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of last week. It's like, okay, here you go. We're gonna have you work with some of these residents. What was some of the feedback, or what was some of the experiences you've had so far?
Well, it's been good. The first experiences I've been having, with the residents, and they're asking me, basically my background, where'd you come from, they're very important. And, this is a faith-based organization as well. So they asked me if I'm a Christian, do you go to church?
Yeah.
And I told them I'm a preacher's
Of course,
kid.
yes.
So
and you always have a good answer.
Yes.
Tell me your background, because I asked the same thing in the interview.
I know you did.
It's like,
Right.
Yes.
So tell me your background and the religious side. And your dad
Yeah,
and
so my
everything.
dad, he's a Methodist minister, and also my sister's a minister, and I'm a deacon at my own church here in Mesa.
Okay.
So, yeah, just the residents, they're very interactive. They want to know about me, and I want to know about them, where they're from. So it's more than just it's more than just a workout. They want to know,
Right.
Gerald, does your family live here in Phoenix?
No, I'm the only one here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, all my family's in California. So, yeah, I just took a step of faith 6 years ago and decided I want to come to Arizona.
That's wonderful.
I really feel like I'm in a position where I want to be here at Green Cross.
Well, we feel the same way about you. I mean, we have such a good feeling about you as a whole, but just the perspective of residents after that first week, already coming in, like, you guys made a great decision.
Right.
Thank you.
Because the hard part with this demographic and getting them to work out is that trust factor.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to fall. They want to be in a safe environment. So a new face down there, little like, I don't know, I'm not ready to trust you yet.
Am I comfortable yet?
We're bridging that gap so fast.
Sure.
Right.
And it's because you're open with them and have that transparency, like, here's who I am, here's my background. You can trust kinesiology. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Right.
And you can obviously tell you believe in ZoeLife.
Yes, I do.
So right when he came aboard, I said, I'm going to task you on learning all about ZoeLife. Watch all of our ZoeTV, come back, know all about the pillars. And that weekend, you dove right in, right?
Yes,
and
I
did. Just came in swinging on Monday.
That's perfect.
So,
yes.
So tell us this. So some of the experience that we've had, I've thrown you into a couple new resident testing, where new residents, we've had a lot in the last week.
Yes.
I think it's the new year and people are getting excited.
Yeah.
So last week we probably had 8 or 9 new residents coming down, first time, signing up, and we took one of them through, who is, she signed it started with she signed her waiver forms, right? Kind of looking at this penmanship and we're like, this is the best cursive I've ever seen. This handwriting is unbelievable. I mean, it should be like in a frame.
Really?
I can't even, I'm not exaggerating. It's unbelievable. So we're looking at him like, you see this handwriting? And he's like, this is crazy. So we say, and she looks good, no walker. And she just comes walking in. We go, how old are you? She goes, how old do you think I am? We're like, I don't know, what would you say, like 75?
Yeah, 75.
She goes, I'll be 97 in a a week.
No.
Are you kidding me?
Oh my goodness.
Like, this handwriting is a joke. And he kind of looks at me like, is this how this, it's like cocoon around it. He's like, it's like he's 97.
She needs to do my paperwork.
Here's my taxes. But he basically, we started testing her. And she's just killing every exercise.
Oh my
like
goodness.
she's doing her, she's performing tests, like her numbers are through the charts, right? So we get her on the scale.
Did you ask for identification?
I felt like I should, but wait till this. We're gonna have to. We get her on our scale, which anybody that's been down here knows how the scale works, but they get on it and they hold the handles and it reads all of the good stuff, right? Body fat, muscle mass, how much water, basically the health of the body, especially around the organs. It's a really cool computer program, and it prints out your health age based on what the findings are inside, right? And so a lot of our residents are 85, they come back at 76, or, okay, we're doing good. The youngins who we've talked about in the past are
they came
always
back
our
very
poster
young.
child. This lady, 97, she came back 14.
Oh my goodness.
Dude, he looks at me like,
that's unheard of.
He's like, let's do it again.
So has she been active her entire life? Yeah, that's the key.
But what's amazing
really is the key.
She was a switchboard operator for Hughes Aircraft. And so she kind of was like had a sedentary somewhat, but we started talking, she goes, I taught Richard Simmons aerobics, I've always done fitness. But she taught him, like this has just been her lifestyle.
I think that's great.
So I think seeing stuff like that,
yes, definitely.
You're like,
well,
I'm in the right spot.
She'll be an inspiration to everybody.
Yes, definitely.
Pretty cool, huh?
That's
Very
great.
Cool. Yes,
all right, now you were able to work out with us last week.
Yes.
You actually went through the workout.
Yes, I did.
I always say, like, to learn how to do these exercises that we ask our people to do, you got to go through it.
Yeah.
You got to feel it. Hence the employee workout program.
Right.
But, so he did good. Don't let the laugh fool you, though. We went after him a little bit, right?
Tested me. Yes, you did.
Yeah.
But he's got it. What's your background in sports?
Well, I played football in high school. I was a 3-year varsity starter in football. I also ran track and field. I did play baseball as a youth.
Okay.
And
Active,
yeah.
So, but like all of us, we get busy.
Right.
And we start, things change. And it's like, we took him through the ringer the other day with some of the other employees. And we were stretching muscles you probably didn't remember you had.
Right.
Huh?
It's been a long time, Steve.
I don't even think I have those muscles.
But I thank you for taking me through that workout, because you really pushed me.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that's not gonna be the last.
You did good.
Yeah, thank you.
You did
thank you
good.
for putting me through it, Steve.
Yeah. Yeah, you did good, bro. But it's one of those things that the appreciation for some of those exercises, the residents are doing them.
Right,
Like
exactly.
the elephant with the hips up and the one leg up down, and Tom Grote has gone and shown these on
I
our
know,
fitness
Tom
tips.
does a great
And
job.
he's doing them, maybe in more reps,
Yeah.
right? But it was like, you now know the muscles these guys are activating with some of this work. And so I always like taking whoever's coming down and
So
we
they
touch
can
on a
see
rep.
it and feel it. Yeah,
more or less
absolutely.
feel it. And so when they say, I'm cramping, you go, been there, done that.
Yes.
I know what you're saying. I cramp the same
that's
way.
true.
So
Exactly.
you got a little bit of a bridge there. So, well, we're excited to have you aboard,
I'm
man.
excited to be here.
I
Thank you
appreciate
for
you
the
already,
opportunity.
buddy.
I appreciate it.
Welcome,
Residents,
Gerald.
thank you so much, man.
Absolutely.
Awesome to
Appreciate
have
it.
you. You got it,
Thank
man.
you.
Thank you. All right, Grody, we are back at it. January 2020, we are gonna get today's fitness tip involving these hips, this core, this posture. Sound like a plan? You excited to show the campus and the world how to get better hips? Now you're nervous. This guy's an athlete, a stud. He's been with me from the beginning, and he, of all the guys in this room that predict and do really well and do good exercises, you are the epitome of an athlete at your age group being able to do multiple things on various platforms, whether it's weights or strength, but it all starts where? Flexibility, right? Mobility. So let's show this. Come on, lay down on your side for me, Tom. Pick a side, it doesn't matter to me which one you choose. Okay, now here's the deal, guys. You can do this in your bed, you can do it on your couch, you can do it on your floor, whatever's comfortable for you to be on a side, okay? So for us in the Performance Center, we can do this on the ground here because Tom can get up and down really easily. For those that can't, we do a lot of this up on that table right there. So in any way, our biggest stressor is to be on your side, okay? You wanna lay on your side with your knees bent, your feet together, knees together. We got this nice angle, okay? What I don't like is when I watch people do these knees way out here up in their chest or awkward. I like a nice little bend, nice little angle. Arms are out here to make sure the only way you cheat me is if you roll on your back. So I wanna make sure that hand is over, maintaining good alignment with this back, this spine, and everything is really quiet. The first move is called a clamshell, or we call it open gate. But the idea of an open gate or clamshell is going to be working the range of motion of Tom's hip. So you can watch him real quick. The feet are going to stay together. This top knee is going to go open. Now, Tom, open it as far apart as you can. Yep, make this knee go way up high, and then bring it back down together. So he's going to do a continuous one after another. Go ahead, Tom, do me 10 of those. 1, 2, those are great. 3, and you can see his back, this is not moving. This is critical that this doesn't move because now he's really isolating this hip girdle, the outside of his leg, his hamstring is activating, but there's so much in play with this hip. So he just did 10, I would let him rest, and we would go for another set or 2. Now, in the facility, Tom goes anywhere from 75 to 100 of those, and he does it as a warm-up move. For a lot of our residents, this is actually part of their workout. This is a hard activity that is activating, getting their heart rate up, whereas somebody that's got a little bit more juice in them still kind of has the ability to use this as a warm-up instead of the actual workout. So, Tom, let's do another set of 10 just so they can see it one more time. There's 1, and you can see range of motion of that hip of his is really good. A lot of our residents, when they start, they can just barely get that knee up, and that's okay. Everybody's in their own space. So you just work where you can work, but try to make sure we're staying on your side, not rolling on your back. Okay, go ahead and relax. Now, obviously, we would do both sides, right? So then Tom would flip over, he would perform the activity on the other side, and we would make sure that there's a balance in the number that he does. What's interesting, though, as you get going through this, one side is going to be better. It's natural. One side is going to open a lot further than the other side. You have a more dominant side. So as you go through this and you get more and more under your belt, your goal is to really make sure that the right and left are in balance and that the range of motion of each are equal. So that is what we call the clamshell or open gate.
Okay, on our resident profile, we are thrilled to have Ramona Yoder with us. And Ramona's going to talk to us a little bit, of course, about what the ZoeLife program meant to her. And then we've also asked her to be a part of our new ambassadors program. So we're going to ask her a little bit about that. Ramona, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So tell us a little bit about what ZoeLife has been like in your life. Maybe what it was, how you felt before ZoeLife and how you feel after starting ZoeLife, those types of things.
I was fascinated with the word ZoeLife, and when I recognized that it meant vitality, I was like, yeah, that's what I want. And I'd been in a career that emphasized holistic health. And particularly, I was interested in the spiritual pillar because I was working in a hospital spiritual care department. But that's where, for 35 years, it was brought to me the importance of not just treating the physical piece, but
Absolutely.
the whole person needs to be treated. And that includes your emotional health, your mental health, your physical health, your spiritual health, all of that. And so these pillars are vital for vitality.
That's right.
It's true. And we were talking a little bit before the show how things that have happened in your past have a tendency to catch up with you later in life. And so to be able to have these pillars to lean on when you're facing something from your past is so, it's extraordinary. It really is. And we were talking in depth about that. So how do you feel, we always ask this question, but how do you feel today as opposed to this time last year?
Well, for me, one of the biggest pieces has been consistency with physical activity. And it's not until I got here that has been much easier to accomplish than when I lived in Sun City. I had access to recreation centers, but I had to get in the car and go do it. And I could talk myself out of that really easily.
Of course, yeah.
And here I just walk out the door and walk across campus, and I'm walking to physical activity, and I'm doing physical activity, and
I think
I'm
that's an
walking
important
back.
point. Is so many residents that we talk to say, I don't know why I don't take advantage of going down there. It's not like I have to drive, find a parking spot, deal with the logistics of getting somewhere. I can just literally walk from wherever you are on campus, and that's part of the workout, is getting here physically to here. But it's not like a normal gym, and I'm glad you said that, because that Sun City, where they might have been living for the last couple years, to this transition, a lot of positives can come from that, and the ease of using this in their lifestyle is one of them. So
I'm in the best physical shape that I've ever been in.
Oh my goodness.
That's a great comment.
See, that's fabulous. I love hearing those comments.
And the nutritional aspect too has been, I think, improved. Oh, and definitely the social piece. The social piece at Henry's, the social piece at the fitness center, in the courts.
Yes.
That's very cool. So when did you move to Glencroft? What's kind of been your timeline? June 1st of this year.
So you're just barely
2019.
You're just barely coming up on a year.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
7 months, I guess.
So to Glencroft, when you decided to come to this campus over, I'm sure you did your homework and looked at other campuses, but when you made the decision to come here, has it exceeded your expectations, or has this transition been what you thought it would be? What's kind of been that move like?
Well, I've lived in the Valley for a long time, and I've actually been around since the beginning of Glencroft. And I knew that there had been a number of changes over the past several years, but I really didn't check out other places.
Is that right?
Yeah. I talked to some people who had been here for a long time, who've been here through the changes, and I loved what Dory Spiker told me. She said, Ramona, it's not about necessarily liking all the changes, it's the attitude with which you approach change.
That's true. Oh, so
And
true.
that was very helpful to me. And when I find things that I don't necessarily agree with or like, it's like, well, is there a reason to try to work for change or just accept the fact that that's the way it is? Well, I may do some of both.
There you go, smart.
And I think you just said it, in that you are one that you accept change actually very well, but you also give your opinion in a very lovely way. She gives her opinion, but you also give ideas, you know, for things that could be done maybe a little bit different or whatever. And we love people to be able to give their ideas and feedback and things like that, because you know, maybe it's something that we can use or utilize. So,
well, and for me, it was a matter of being able to build some trust with people at the top who I could say, these are some of my observations, and if this is what's going to be marketed,
that's true.
we need to work at following through.
Sure, absolutely.
And I call that critique, as far as not being critical,
Critiquing.
but critiquing.
Yeah. But that's healthy.
We all do that. It is
that's
healthy.
what we want,
Yes.
is because we obviously as staff are working here for you guys, but having input like that that's in the betterment for the
Yes.
campus as a whole is what's positive.
Right.
And that's what, you know, we have our ideas, but you know, to have it grow and get framework from you guys, that's the whole goal of what we're trying to do.
Absolutely.
Well,
And
it's
we're all
part
here.
of accountability on everybody's part,
Yes.
really.
And we're all here because of you. So, you know, because of the residents. So, just real quick, we started a ambassadors group, Zoe Life Ambassadors Group, and Ramona is one of our ambassadors. And just to explain a little bit, I know there's been a little bit of confusion amongst some of the residents on campus, but so the Zoe Life Ambassadors are people that have been involved in the Zoe Life program and feel comfortable talking to new residents about the Zoe Life program. So these ambassadors will visit new residents with only Zoe Life information and talk to them, invite them to come out to activities and maybe come down for a workout in the university room or the performance center, and try to involve them in the Zoe Life program. So Ramona is one of our ambassadors, and this program takes off on the beginning of February, so we'll be assigning them new residents that are coming into the community. And we really appreciate Ramona and everything she's doing with regards to the Zoe Life program. Tell me how you feel about the ambassadors program. And be gentle. No.
I'm delighted to be a part of it. I mean, it's like I said, it's something that fits my lifestyle, something I believe in, and things that I believe in, I want to help promote.
That's right.
And you just used the phrase leaning into the pillars. I want people to learn to hug the pillars.
That's a better
Wrap their
phrase.
arms around
That's
it.
really good. But, and that's the whole concept of the ambassador
That's
program, is to have that welcome wagon approach and explain Zoe Life as our culture, what we do on this campus. Explain it in a way that shows, hey, this is my lifestyle. This is what I do. You don't have to go to the extreme. I might do it and work out 3 to 4 days a week and do it, but here's how you would get your feet wet with the program and kind of be a advocate for Zoe Life. But the welcome wagon to new residents, because you weren't very long ago, you made this transition, and it's scary. I mean, we talk to new residents all the time. They were like, I really didn't know what I was getting into, and it's so overwhelming. And so to have just a cultural welcome wagon,
That's right.
I think is important.
And we have the resident reps on campus. Everybody's very supportive of that. The ambassador program is just going to be another touch that new residents will receive when they come on campus. So we're very, very excited about that.
Well, I see the resident rep program as being kind of the nuts and bolts, the nitty-gritty that you have to get used to when you come. Sure. Whereas this is an extra piece that can really get you involved in the whole campus.
I think so.
And improving your life.
That's right. Yes. Ramona, thank you so much for joining us today. We've loved having you on.
Very good.
Thank you for having me.
What a show. Did you love it?
I loved it.
Did you love it?
No, I did.
I did love it.
I think it was really good. I loved talking with Gerald and finding out about him, where he came from, what he's involved in, how great he's going to be in the performance
We are
center.
so lucky to get him.
Yeah,
you
we
know,
are.
it's when you have a position available and you start interviewing candidates, and I'm going through the lens of who our residents are going to like and who's going to be able to work with our residents emotionally as well as physically, and be able to push them, but able to have a conversation and laugh and have fun. And as I went through candidate after candidate, I was like, this isn't the right guy, this isn't the right girl. And then all of a sudden, you know, he came along.
He has a lot of energy.
And
great
I was like,
energy.
halfway through, I was like, this guy's the guy.
He's ZoeLife.
He is ZoeLife, and he's been preaching ZoeLife at other campuses, but having the platform to do it all in with his spiritual side and everything that he knows and brings to the table with that, and all the kinesiology background, it's a really good fit for Glencroft and where we are right now with ZoeLife.
We're excited for you to meet him.
Absolutely. And then Ramona, we really enjoyed our interview.
I love every Yoder we have on this campus.
I know. It's like, I don't know what happened, but we got...
This is the second Yoder we've had on the show. I think we have 3 more to go.
I think we're like working our way down the Yoder line. It's like dominoes. But Ramona, I mean, I love Minerva, and she's been here and has great perspective of somebody that's been on this campus. But again, I love the new... I didn't quite know what I was getting into. I knew Glencroft for a long time, and I knew of some of the changes that had been happening, but to be at the front of more changes and understand them and like them.
The way that she talks about change, is the part that I really enjoyed, is, you know, the way she talks about change, and you may not always like change, but it's how you get through change, and that's so important, especially, you know, on our campus and going forward and new generations coming in.
So she's fun to talk to, and I'm glad that we had the chance to talk about the ambassador program as a whole,
which
and
is
try
a new
to
program.
You know, get out in front of it. We've had multiple meetings, and I think that the ambassadors that we started with, this is our first little wave of it, and then next year we already have a waiting list for more ambassadors.
Because they only serve for 1 year, so at the end of the year we will change and have a whole new list of resident ambassadors.
As the next couple months progress, if you're down working out and you're engaged in ZoeLife and you're like, man, I'd love to be an ambassador and be able to be an advocate to what ZoeLife stands for, and be able to meet with new residents and take them to lunch and experience, let us know, because we will put you on the list. Absolutely. So one last thing I definitely want to get out there is our Parkinson's program starts February 3rd. I've talked about it multiple times on here, but the grant that we got from the Piper Foundation holds us 10 spots to be able to participate, and so we have 9 already filled. I've kind of left 1 open for the last week or 2 just to get somebody that maybe didn't know about it the opportunity. So I've left 1 spot. So if you're interested, please reach out. But it's going to be an amazing experience. It's a lot. Every day there's something that's going to dive into Parkinson's, and so whether it's the fine art class, our dance class, our virtual reality class, our water class, every day there's something that immerses in getting better with the Parkinson's. And the Piper Foundation that are putting the grant on made a point to tell us that it's Parkinson's specific, but it's also their background is in dementia as well. So even though this is a Parkinson's kind of heavy program, I have a couple candidates that are in the list that are in more of the dementia mode that these people are really geared towards. So we're kind of trying to accommodate both.
Of course.
It's going to be really, really good.
I'm excited. I think this is going to be great.
Next week we have another excellent show.
So join us then. Thanks so much for joining us today.